Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and I would say that yesterday was the final of Melodi Grand Prix, but it was the only show, and now I'm starting to question reality because I could swear that at some point Norway's national final did have semi-finals, but for the past couple of years they haven't, so what is reality? Am I just getting confused? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Well, that may well actually be the right answer, because the song this year that Norway will be represented by is That's How You Write a Song, written and performed by Alexander Rybak. Presented in English, music and lyrics by Alexander Rybak. You might remember him because he won the 2009 contest with what was then a record-breaking number of points, the highest number of points scored under the previous voting system. There, are you happy? I've said it. Now, advance warning. I'm not a big fan of this song, so if you want to hear mindless praise, then this isn't the place for you. I'm going to give a balanced review. I will talk about the song's good points because I want to acknowledge that it does have them, but just be forewarned, I don't like this one. So, first thoughts before anything else. When I first saw that this song had been chosen, my reflex was to think something along the lines of, oh, are you bloody kidding me, Norway? But I hadn't heard the song at the time, so I didn't know whether it was a good thing or not. I kept an open mind. I was rather worried, though, that Norway might just have voted for a name they recognise out of desperation for a good result. Even though, Norway, you've been having good results in the past couple of years, you don't need to worry if that's what's worrying you. But having listened to the song for myself, this really does sound like people voted for the name before anything else. As I said, I will still give this song a fair review, because I respect Eurovision as an establishment, and I want to treat all competitors with equal professionalism. I'm not going to start crying and moaning because you should have sent blah 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 I don't know, I didn't hear any of the other finalists. But don't be surprised when we get to the scores out of 10 and I'm less than kind with my numbers. For now though, let's focus on the good in this song, because it is there, I recognise that. So for one thing, this song exudes levity, it's jolly, it's upbeat, it's fun, and there really aren't enough songs like that in this day and age, where the flavour of the month is complaining about how the world is awful, or bringing some heavy message about wars or immigration or discrimination or whatever, or singing this really heavy love song where, oh, you'll never love me the way I love you, but that's fine because love, I don't know. It's nothing like that, it's just nice. And so I respect the song for bringing some unfiltered, albeit slightly vapid, slightly inane joy to the contest on a subject matter that really can't avoid being lighthearted as it is. Also, the fact that Rybak won the contest in 2009 is proof enough that he knows how to handle himself on the Eurovision stage. He knows what it takes to perform to a large audience, which has only grown larger since his participation before, and he knows how to get that audience to like him. He's got confidence, he's got experience, he knows how it's done, and so as an artist he's in a pretty good spot, it's fair to say. Couple that with the fun of the song as a whole, and you get a delivery that sounds like it's truly from the heart. He truly seems invested in sharing his song about sharing songs, which is good, because if you can't believe in a song as meta as this, why should anyone believe in any song they write under this song's instruction, right? Confusing, I know. But he's having fun, and that invites the audience to share in that sense of fun. And finally, in conjunction with the song's quirky subject matter, there's also the whole thing where the refrain literally consists of step 1, da-da-da, step 2, da-da-da, and that's it. Segmenting it like that makes it especially easy to stick in mind, on top of it already rhyming. So with the funky rhythm of the song, the cheeky rhyme scheme, the way the chorus is delivered, you're bound to keep at least something of this song in your mind one way or another. Still though, not everyone's going to enjoy this song, which is fine. Let's take a look at some potential reasons why that might be. The big main thing that I can't overlook is how repetitive this song is. Sure, there's a little bit of variance within the instrumentation, there's the scat break for instance, there's the violin solo, there are parts where it quietens down and then builds back up. But the song peaks in the opening bars. It never builds on itself, it only takes away from itself to build back up to where it previously was. Literally, the most developed this song gets is in the first 10 seconds, and the rest of the song is all about just building up to where it was in that first 10 seconds. And so that makes the whole 3 minutes run together into one big indistinct blur. And there's also something about the delivery that feels anywhere between patronising and childish. Perhaps it's just the nature of the subject matter, but it really feels like we, the audience, are being talked down to, like this is a song from a kids' TV show, written on the assumption that only children will listen to it, and no one who listens to it will have any idea how to write a song, but I, the singer, am the only authority on writing a song. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, I probably am. Because this doesn't make the song intrinsically bad by any means, but the song's simplistic structure and overly bouncy delivery really can rub some listeners the wrong way. And that makes me think that this song wouldn't really be able to hold its own outside of the Eurovision bubble. Maybe having Rybak's name and brand attached to it might keep it afloat in the Norwegian charts, but everywhere else? Maybe Scandinavia it might stand a bit of a chance, but everywhere else it would be so easy to just gloss over. Like, a lot of people in my country won't know who he is because people in my country are that uncultured, and so they probably won't give this the time of day. It feels like this song was just written for the sake of being written. Like Rybak wanted to add something to his repertoire and just sort of churned this out and said, oh hey, I'll throw it into Melody Grand Prix as well, see what happens. Nothing like a bit of publicity to keep things going. I don't know. I said that's just how it feels. Feel free to disagree, that's quite alright. But I do feel as though this was written for Rybak's repertoire and for Eurovision, but nothing else besides, so it will die an absolute death if it's released into the international charts following a disappointing result of the contest. If it does well at Eurovision, then it might stand something of a chance in the real world, but if it flops at Eurovision, it flops for real. And now the kid gloves come off. From my personal, own opinion side of the ratings out of 10, this song gets a 2. I could hear you cheering. There's like 2 people in the audience who really wanted me to give some song a really crappy score, and well, there you go. That end of the scale does get used. But yeah, I'm sorry, Norway. I respect your integrity as a Eurovision nation, and I respect Alexander Rybak's work ethic as a whole, but this song just screams of jumping the shark to me. To my ears, it's bland, repetitive, and patronizing, and I have absolutely no interest in listening to it ever again. This song gets to where it's going in the first 10 seconds and just stays there, and does nothing of a special interest, all whilst telling me, oh no, this song is how you write a song. Yes, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Rybak, but no one ever said that's how you write a good song, I'm afraid. If you're not the sort of person who's going to start screaming and squeeing when he does the violin solo, this song probably won't connect with you, because it certainly doesn't connect with me. On the technical side of things, though, I will at least acknowledge that it does have appeal. It's not completely void of appeal, and I'll give it a 6. This song isn't god-awful, objectively. True, I don't enjoy it, but I'm not going to write it off in totality. There is stuff here to be enjoyed here. You know, like the funky beat, the genuine heart he puts into the performance, and just the overall fun of it. But I find that it stagnates much too easily after peaking much too quickly, and repeating itself, and repeating itself, and repeating itself far too much to be enjoyable. If you've heard the entire song after just 10 seconds, something went horribly wrong in production. I will concede, though, that this isn't the first time that a song has abjectly failed to make a connection with me. I really could not stand Austria's song in 2015, but that didn't make it a bad song. Other people still liked it, and if you like this song, you are allowed to like it. I just don't, personally. So this is just 2018's answer to the Makemakes, in my perception, but that's just my perception. There's a disconnect in here somewhere, and some people won't feel that at all, and that's fine. That being said, do I think it's a step in the right direction for Norway? From my personal perspective, as a reviewer who's professional in probably not your opinion anymore after this review, I would say, no, it's kind of a step down, but not that dramatic of a step down. I'm not just saying that to go along with all the shade that I've been throwing. It's just that this really feels like the people of Norway voted for a name first and a song second this year, and the song in question is so Eurovision only, so exclusive, so hyper kiddywinky in a sort of way, that it comes across as a jarring shift from the cool, collected, radio-friendly goodness that was Grab the Moment last year. As I said, unless this does unprecedentedly well at the contest, I feel like this is going to flop hardcore in the international charts, and then it'll be totally forgotten in a year or two's time anyway. It just makes me sad because I know Norway's capable of better, and Norway isn't struggling for good results in recent years, so the fact that people, if they did vote for Rybak because, oh hey, he won by a landslide for us before, so he'll do it again, you don't need to worry, Norway. Give your other artists a chance. They're just as capable. So do I reckon this will make it to the final? Honestly, I think it's a bit of an all-or-nothing song. Personally, I don't see Rybak's name alone being strong enough to save him, but if he delivers a strong enough performance with good enough choreography and effects, then the public might be infected by his sense of actual fun and get on board. Truthfully, it's another song that's best enjoyed if you don't think, so that might be why I can't engage with it. Still though, for its repetition, I can't see the juries treating it all that kindly, especially if they think that it is as childish as I perceive it to be. While Denmark and Sweden might at least appreciate the choice of artist in the semi-final, the rest of Europe might just be over Alexander Rybak at this point. He could qualify, but he could also not. Keep an open mind. If he does make it, more power to him. Fair enough, entirely fair enough. But I don't see this winning. Nevertheless, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, I do wish Mr. Rybak the very best of luck for Lisbon, for May, because I know he's a capable artist, I'm just not a fan of this song, but if he does well, then so be it. So we'll see what happens when you get to the contest. I'm really looking forward to it, actually.